Perfect. So without wasting any further time, we'd like to thank you for inviting us to be part of Soweto Fashion Week. Of course, the event started off yesterday with the media briefing and pretty much engagement with designers. But and the show will run throughout the course of the weekend. Just a quick one before we dive deeper into Soweto Fashion Week. Take us through your journey with Soweto Fashion Week, how it started and how you became in the position now that you are in currently.
Soweto Fashion Week's brand was founded in 2011. It's 12 years since then. It's a journey, like you said. I mean, you have your ups, you have your downs. I mean, you have disappointments, you have excitement. I mean, it's all a ball of life experiences, and learning business, learning on the field, things to say, things not to say, and how to address people in certain situations. So, that's been the journey. I mean, so far, and now it's grown to one of the biggest platforms in Africa and in South Africa. So, I mean, it's a vision. It was a vision at first, an idea, but now we are where we are.
Definitely. I was there last night and I saw the setup, and I just got a feel of the ambience. I could almost imagine people walking through the alleys, people showing a great amount of excitement to have fashion back in Soweto again. Of course, after the lockdown period, which pretty much had a slow speed bump on fashion's progression in Africa. So it's great to see that the fashion industry has opened up, and Soweto Fashion Week is definitely back on. In terms of expectations, what are you expecting for this weekend as far as the audience? What can the audience rather expect, and what can designers deliver from what you saw yesterday?
I think what you will see from designers is, I mean, people can really expect surprises, a lot of surprises, because they have their own stories to tell, and we allow them to tell those stories. And it's great to also have Bogan Men, on board to, it also, it adds, to our show in a very interesting way. I mean, men's ranges, it's not very often that you find somebody or a brand that focuses solely on men, because, the economy sometimes, people end up doing females as well, because, just to try and balance their business. But then to have a brand that's doing very well, dressing men, I mean, that's really great. So I think that's what people can expect to be surprised with the ranges. I mean, it's electric to get Soweto Fashion Week, and you enjoy yourself, you enjoy the time you spend there. We pride ourselves on giving exciting shows. We try not to disappoint people. And fashion is back, and in Soweto, and definitely we're looking forward to it growing and helping more and more designers to build their brands.
Definitely. I heard you speaking about more designers to build the brands. Now, in terms of business opportunities, we know fashion is also as an industry where designers go into it, not necessarily so because of the minority returns, but so much for the passion that comes with it. But we have to be realistic and consider the kind of economy that we're in, where money does rule the world. Now, in terms of the business opportunities that our designers will be can yield from being part of this fashion show, how important is it for them and the growth of their businesses?
I mean, we are an advertising and marketing platform, so that's our core function. And advertising and marketing their brands helps them to access more people. They have access to more. Someone maybe in the Bopa may not know a designer in Soweto Fashion, a designer, but when they showcase the Soweto Fashion Week, it comes out in the news, and then they're like, now I know there's a fashion designer who can do my wedding in December, so things like that, or, I've got a party, or so it grows their market. That exposure helps them to, meet new people, network. You get to access people that you wouldn't normally access if you are by your own. You see, this collective situation helps people to access each other and have more people support them and buy their outfits.
Now, quite exciting times. Real quick, it's Ronny jdrizz here. What are some of the biggest challenges that you have faced in the running of Soweto Fashion Week, and how have you overcome them?
It's not easy to negotiate for discuss sponsorship, especially because it's brands. Brands. It's not. Yeah, I think that's been the main challenge, and
okay,
finding good talent. Sometimes you find good talent, but then it's raw. So sometimes you take the designer through that journey of becoming a better designer than just because somebody can have talent, but then the sewing part, the production part is missing. I think I don't want to sound cliche, but then obviously finances do play a role. Funding does play a role because some of these guys. When you're discussing sponsorship, they only start with what can we do for you besides money. So everybody wants to have that kind of discussion, and then, but you can't avoid money because
money runs
it takes money to run. It takes money to run. I mean, imagine walking into Bogart Man and you say, how can I get this T-shirt without me paying them? So it doesn't make sense. So that's a challenge that we always face. Yeah.
Before we let you go, just a quick one with regards to the Sowetan community. We know it's become a very metropolitan community where the younger generations have started to pretty much come up and to claim the say as far as fashion is concerned. Now, with Soweto Fashion Week, of course, taking place in Soweto at the Soweto Theatre. How can the community now benefit from this platform that you've created, that community, in terms of people, in terms of designers that are not part of Soweto Fashion Week in the long run? How can the community overall benefit from this?
I mean, there are learning opportunities. We haven't resuscitated our workshops so far because we're still, rebooting the show. But then we used to have workshops where we sit down designers and discuss, the business side of fashion and how they can grow their business and stuff. So this was happening, in Soweto, and even people were just attending the show. Some people get inspired, and they benefit from that. And we used to sometimes we're able to collaborate with people who have a network of exhibitors, and they come to exhibit their stuff for the audience that comes to Soweto Fashion Week. So those kind of situations, that's how the community, outside of the designers themselves, designers as employees as well, people work for them.
All right, cool.
They benefit as well from that. So it's a chain of different people, and even there's media in Soweto. They get the content, fashion content and stuff. So there's a whole lot of players in play when Soweto Fashion Week happens.
Fantastic. And finally, what can we all do to support and promote Soweto Fashion Week and the fashion industry in South Africa?
I think people need to believe in fashion, and I think I don't want to sound cliche, like I said before, but the government needs to pour in money, into fashion. If they can pour in money, I'm sure corporate will join them as well, and with that kind of support, I mean, we can build our local industry because, the challenge that we're facing during COVID, whereby people were like, the government will tell you like, no, we don't have time to be parading fashion. I mean, we're not paraders. This is not parading. We're building a fashion industry. Other countries believe in their fashion industry. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you very much, Stefan, for just giving us a bit of your time and just giving us some knowledge on Soweto Fashion Week. And we can't wait. Yeah. We're going to see you on Saturday then. Yes, man. Bogart Man is on the runway. It's going to be an exciting one. And I'm sure you got lots of designers as well. It's going to be beautiful. And this is the... This is the what edition? Like, when did you start this? How many Soweto Fashion Weeks did you have?
Probably this is the 19th season, maybe. I need to check, but I think it's the 19th season, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, cool. Thank you very much, eh?
All right, thank you very much for having me.
Sure. Cool.